This will be a meditation on healing past wounds. So first, come into your meditation posture. That may be seated in a chair or cross-legged or in a kneeling chair. Come into a vertical posture of the spine. May do some swaying to find that point where the head can rest on the rest of the spine and the upper can be supported by the lower. Next, we'll come into contact with our body. So starting from the feet up, as if the room you're in or wherever you are is filling up with water. Begin to sense the parts of your body, the bottoms of your feet first, moving over the whole foot, as if the water is filling up slowly and you feel energy and attention pouring into those parts of the body, up the ankles and the lower legs, to the knees and up the upper legs to the hips. Feeling an enlivening of those parts, moving from the hips up into the abdomen and the lower back. Moving to the diaphragm and mid-back. Feeling the expansion and contraction of the diaphragm with the breath. Moving into the lungs, the chest, coming back as you need to what you've left behind, down the legs and the abdomen. Coming to the shoulders and now down the arms. Up to the neck. To the lower jaw. Up the cheeks, the nose, the mouth, the eyes, the temple. The forehead to the top of the head. Now come into contact with your whole body as a unit and see if you feel any particular spots that have tension. And then ask those spots if they want to have the tension released, and if they do, go ahead and let them relax. relax as much of the rest of your body as you can. Now, run a scan in your memory of any time when you were wounded, psychologically or physically, and any remaining residue of that in your psyche. Replay that event. First lightly, as if just intellectually, like moving over the images quickly. Don't let it get into the feeling quite yet. Just seeing it. Now stop the playing or playback and just come back to the physical sensation of your body and breath that we generated before the memory. Now go back into that same memory, the one that appeals to you right now, and bring in the feeling this time as you replay it. What feelings were going on? Let those into your body a little. If it's not too intense, then into your body a little bit more. Feel in where your body tenses up around these feelings. Oftentimes it's on the front, in the chest or the solar plexus, the throat, maybe down into the belly. And just sense that association between the emotion and the tension in your body. And just stay there for a moment, holding it. It's not you. It was you. But now it's just a residue. hold that. Now, as if you're you now, go back and talk to yourself in that position. As if you were a friend or a father or a mother. Ask how that person is doing. Play both sides of this role. And as the father or mother, could just listen and hold the space for them to express this stuck emotion. See if you can hold that space for that younger self. Come into contact with the emotions there and the sensations, and yet have the part of you that's the friend or the mother or father stay a little apart. Let that younger wounded self speak. Speak its mind. Let it all out. Grief, anger, rage, despair, hopelessness. Just observe and hold it. Maybe hug it if that's what it needs. Ask what that other wounded self needs. And in your mind's eye, provide that. In your imagination, give that hug or just listen. Arm wrapped around. Seeing them, breathe into the tension wherever it's showing up. Acknowledge, validate the emotions. Now, slowly, even if the tension hasn't dissolved or anything, start to separate a little bit from that experience. Come back into this full body sensation, the breathing separate from the emotions. And from here, if you choose, you can go back into the same situation or maybe another one that came up and proceed similarly. But you also may make the choice to come back to it later if it feels unresolved. It may need as much as it needs to be resolved. And if it does, then make a commitment to come back to it, make time for it. A lot of times we didn't make time to process what was going on there. Maybe because of circumstances, or maybe not. And now come out even further if you're choosing to go that way, and see if you have any new thoughts about the situation or feelings that you could write down. Now would be a good time to journal those and move on with your day.